Oh, really? No.
Do it.
No.
Let's do
Ridiculous.
I'm wondering where we're going with this.
How do other musicians even talk to you?
Why are we in black?
What kind of show is this?
You're totally inspiring.
I got hotel keys in every pocket.
This was a Beachcombers episode. You ripped this off.
You are watching Stripped Down.
You are watching Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only award-winning one-hour local music showcase, the show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. I am your host, Curtis Anderson. Big hello to everybody out there watching on Shaw TV and Access Communications. We have a big show for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, finally on Stripped Down, Young James.
For free, it's the end of the evening. They won't let me leave. Where did they go? Oh, where did they go? Brown bag of whiskey, candles on my cake. It's the daytime of the daytime I hate. Where did they go? It's more give than take. 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 Rolling over 'cause it be less fun where the days get away.
Yeah, you are watching Strip Down. We are spending 60 minutes with local band Young James. Welcome to Strip Down, you guys.
Thanks.
Woo!
Thank you.
Right, energy in the room tonight. I was talking to director Jay Neufeld before the show started. He was really excited for tonight. He's a big fan of Young James. He said he's been waiting 90 episodes for this show, which I thought was unusually specific, but I'll give it to him. It's the 120th episode of Strip Down tonight, so it's been a long time. 30 episodes in, Jay Neufeld wanted you guys on Strip Down. So welcome. It's good to finally have
It's
you guys
honored
on.
to be wanted.
Good to be
Awesome. Thoughts on being the 120th show?
It's cool.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to be 100 if I would have gotten the ball.
It's
20
true.
episodes ago.
100 was a girl who flew up from New York to play piano for us. It was a pretty
Nice.
tough.
How can we compete with that one?
Yeah, it's tough. But anyways, Young James finally on Strip Down. Again, Jay Neufeld, our director, big fan of yours. I asked him, you know, I always skim the MySpace and whatnot and formulate some questions, but then I also like to ask around for people who are big fans of the band. I said, what do I need to know about Young James, director Jay Neufeld? And he said 2 things, amazing vocals and campfire songs. Is that fair?
Sure,
is that a
that's
good
cool.
summary?
Yeah,
I'll
that's
agree
good.
with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where most of the songs kind of start at, around just Dave and I, and then
And a campfire.
sometimes, yeah, or a barbecue and some beer.
Okay. So lazy man's campfire.
Or without
That's
the
right.
barbecue even, and just a beer.
Yeah,
What
just a beer,
is there an actual connection with campfire songs? Is that a vibe or is that a genre?
No, we just, I don't know, it's kind of how we started jamming. I think we went camping, Dave and I, and we were like, well, he likes my stuff, I like his stuff. Well, I don't know if he likes my stuff. I like his stuff. And so we just started jamming, and we were like, well, let's start a band.
All right, slowly, because I know this is always hell for our camera ops, but introduce the band. Do it slowly
let
so
Dave do it.
we can get proper shots of everybody.
I'm Dave. I play guitar and sing. We got Talus on the drums, Brett Young on the bass, and Trevor Young on acoustic and vocal.
And this is Young James. How long have you guys been a unit?
Maybe
Ooh.
3 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, about 3 years, hey?
Probably longer than that, actually.
Really?
Oh, 7 maybe?
Wow.
Yeah.
So the Genesis were maybe 7 years old, but the actual... Have there been multiple incarnations? Members come and go?
How long have you been in the band, Talus?
2 years.
2 years, yeah. 2 years, 2.5 years maybe.
Talus Scott, tough guy to book. Drums for a lot of people.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
I
a
was
wanted man.
actually surprised he wanted to play with us, but
Rebuttal,
cool.
Talus.
Uh,
Say something nice about the band.
When they told me they were going to play the 120th episode of this, I was like, of course, guys, this is 2 years ago, and I have nothing to say right now.
I think he just wanted the opportunity to sit behind Dave, watch him play.
could be. Could be.
Yeah.
Conan.
Conan.
Yeah. I don't know if I've just been doing Strip Down too long or if that's a compliment that they're starting to blur together, but have you been on Strip Down before? I think you've been in like a few acts that were going to come on, but you've never actually appeared on Strip Down, have you?
You know what? I have no idea, to be honest. I'm really sorry.
Well, you should remember more than I do.
Yeah, I probably should.
Because you play with a fair number of bands in the city.
Yeah, playing
Yeah.
a couple of different bands. Yeah, it's sort of a hired gun, I guess. And
Yeah, but you're locked
Freelance.
into this lineup though. He's an official.
Yeah, no,
member.
actually, yeah. You know, to get a proper answer from the question before, I've always sort of wanted to play in this is more of a folk rock kind of thing. And I've never done that before, so.
That was actually where my question was going to go next. What's it like playing with these guys opposed to Jordan Cook or Violent Kin?
Oh, well, it's very different. Playing with, any of those groups is extremely different. It's a whole different vibe, and yeah, the songwriting. I was taken away by the songwriting. They first gave me their first demo. I was really digging the songs. Sometimes you go to learn some songs by some artists, and you're like, oh, okay, I've got to learn this stuff. And their stuff I was jamming out to in my car and
Nice.
loving it. And their song, my favorite song, is my favorite song. And yeah, it's a great band. I love it. It's amazing.
Is it hard to get your drums out to the campfires? I'm going to
I
keep
make
going
this
back
guy.
to the campfire. I'm sorry.
He does all the loading. He's my drum tech.
Well, they're my drums, so.
These are his drums. These are my cymbals, though. Check out these babies. Anyway, yeah.
We were talking before the cameras were rolling. You asked me what the best show is, and I can't answer that. And that's not because I don't want to offend people, but there's so many criterias of what makes a good show. And I always initially judge bands by how quick they can get set up. That I realize how long they've been together doing this, and yeah, you guys have pretty quick setups. You guys have your stuff together.
Thanks.
It's a pride thing here at Strip Down. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thoughts going into Strip Down? You gonna like? What are you gonna do things differently tonight? Now that you're on television, gonna be another. What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get, I think. Yeah.
No tricks up your sleeves for
No,
the audience.
We're doing majority new songs, which
Okay.
is coming from the album that's not done being finished right now. But
Well, we will talk about album. We'll talk about a little bit more into the band origins. We'll talk about some more about campfires, I'm sure, and I'm sure we'll talk to Talus some more. But anyways, this is a music show. So, what was the first song about? What did you kick off? What was it?
That song's called More Give Than Take.
Okay.
It's kind of about just no time for yourself, being stuck in your job kind of thing.
Nice.
So.
That I can relate to. It was kind of a last minute adjustment too, because right up to the buzzer, you had a different song you were going to lead first, wasn't it? It came down to like a band vote.
Yeah, we switched it around. Dave likes that one first. So.
Versatile.
Yeah.
All right. What will song number 2 be then?
Pilot Lights.
What's Pilot Lights about?
In a way, it's about my dog. That's all I can really say.
Is your dog named Pilot Lights?
No.
No. Well, then I don't see a connection at all. So I'll have to sit back and eagerly listen and find the connection. Pilot Lights, Young James, take it away. You're watching Stripped Down with Young James. We are gearing up for our first commercial break. Wow, things are breaking all over the place here tonight. Connection. You teased it before the song. It's about your dog. You got to finish it now before we go to commercial break. You got to tell us how that was about your dog.
One part of it was Trevor was at my house that night, and it's probably minus 40. My dog's a little wild. She ran out the front door as people were coming over, and we're running through the park in like sock feet and minus 40 trying to catch her. That was.
We caught her.
Yeah. I don't know how, but we did.
She's a Shiba Inu.
Oh,
so she's
yes.
like crazy.
I love those dogs.
Yeah.
I almost bought those dogs a long time ago,
Yeah.
but I was told they're not for first-time dog owners.
No.
Because they are crazy focused animals. They're the cutest animals in the world. They look
They
like
are,
little
yeah.
foxes, right?
Yeah.
Little foxes
Yeah.
or wolves? I can't remember which it is.
Fox.
But yeah, if they see something moving, the only thing that will stop it is the car that hits it. That's what I was told. And I was
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
So yeah, loyal, focused, which is how I describe the crew of Stripped Down. And the only thing that can stop Stripped Down is the car that'll eventually hit us. On that note, let's take our first commercial break. We got lots more with Young James coming up right after this.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Long and McQuaid, 721 43rd Street East, Saskatoon, 244-0509, or online at long-mcquaid.com. Ultimo Euromoto. (204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon, 664-6640.
Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345.
Do you know where stuff goes once it's flushed down the toilet? It travels down pipes under our streets to a sewage treatment plant. There it is cleaned up through a variety of processes before it is sent back out in our lakes or rivers. The problem occurs when people flush things down the toilet like makeup, cleaning supplies, and some pharmaceuticals that the sewage treatment plant can't clean up. They are dumped untreated into our waterways, which other people depend on for their drinking water. Some cities continue to dump their sewage untreated into our waterways, while others are using innovative thinking to reuse sewage byproducts as fertilizer. What can you do? Be sure to properly dispose of any chemicals or unused medicine at your city's hazardous waste disposal site. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think?
We are back. You are watching Stripped Down. We're spending 60 minutes with Young James, and now is the point of the show. We always throw it over to our audio engineer. Who's it going to be this week? Is it going to be Colton Wall? Is it going to be Brock Andrews? No, it's our usual guy, the one, the only, the legendary Bennett Dobney. Ben, right before we came back, Jesse told me I'm supposed to ask you about Winnipeg. Ask you about Winnipeg.
Oh, yeah.
What's the deal with Winnipeg, Ben? I hear something's up.
What we could talk about, and Winnipeg was a good time. So, Feral Children and I, because of Drum and Feral Children, we're kind of on the road right now. And last week the weekend that just passed on Saturday night, we played a pretty exciting show with Mahogany Frog out in Winnipeg. And if there's a band that you should get on Stripped Down soon, it should be Mahogany Frog.
Are they based out of Winnipeg?
Yes, they are, and they're
Let's
great.
make it happen.
I'll let you know when they're coming through. But anyway, we played a show with them in Winnipeg, and it was a real blast. It's a great city. It's a good time.
What is the deal with drummers in the city? You know, I was talking to Talus before about how he plays in a whole bunch of bands. Bennett Dobney, Feral Children, Pirate Fridays. You got your own stuff on the go. You're in like 4 bands. Like between the two of you, probably 10 bands easily.
Yeah.
You guys should form some sort of drummers union. You're in such demand where it's like you guys get triple pay or you don't play.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, they're just the two things that Saskatoon seems to lack, I would say, are drummers and bass players. Among like any other, like there's obviously musicians are a specialty, but yeah, drummers and bassists are kind of hard to find. So when they're around, they are in a lot of bands.
This is true.
Yeah.
All right. See you again next week, Ben. We are back. Talus Scott, you got a few years on Mr. Bennett Dobney. Any drummer advice for the Saskatoon scene? Oh, wow. I mean, he's already doing quite well for himself, but are there any jewels of wisdom you can pass down from one drummer to another?
You know what? are you sure you want to do this? I mean, no, I'm just joking.
Get used to eating at soup kitchens?
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Really, I don't know. It sounds like you're doing great. Keep up the good work. I would maybe I'll toss you some gigs. That'd be amazing. Maybe this one. Yeah. No, cool, man.
Talus
Excellent.
Scott wants to go home already. That's awesome. That would actually be a strip down first if the drummer left and the audio engineer had to step in. Maybe tonight's the night. All right, young James, how are you feeling?
Feeling good.
About 20 minutes in, 2 songs deep. Should we get to song number 3?
Sounds good.
We already had the song about the dog, the Shiba Inu running wild, you guys catching the puppy in socks, which was a good story. Does song number 3 have a story attached to it as well?
It does. It's I was in a band called Chaga.
Chaga?
Yes.
Okay.
We weren't famous. We didn't even get on Stripped Down.
Oh.
But we
so
went
you
out.
really weren't famous then. The sheepdogs have been on this stage, people. The sheepdogs.
You broke them. Yeah. Well, anyways, this song's about being. We got as far as Montreal, and all our gigs were like canceled or ended up being cover shows when we got there and stuff. And we on our way home, the van broke down in a town called Ypsila. And the song's called Ypsila Turnpoint. And in the town, you know how towns have like a mascot or something that you drive through and it's like a big boot or whatever?
Oh, like Sailor Dan?
Yeah, well, no,
Kinda?
like, you know, like, yeah, Sailor Dan.
Okay.
Well, this town was, it was like a little campsite with a little garage, and the mascot of the town was a mosquito skewering a human with 2 large forks. And we spent the night there waiting for a fuel pump for our van to come and changed it in the morning and went home. We had no gigs. It's just like...
That sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
It sucked.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 2 hours past Thunder Bay, so yeah.
Wow.
That's the song.
I want to hear it.
We broke down in a little town, it was cold. I was there and you were there, I was alone. We were waiting for a part to rebuild the heart of our car. You take us home. Travel across the balcony, ice and snow. 4 young robbers sleeping on the seat on the go. We were waiting for the stars to rebuild our heart and our soul. Take us home. Take us home. Made it home on the drive we never spoke. Made it home, but the road was ours. From the bay to Winnipeg we drove, till the ground's flat and then you spoke. I was waiting for your heart to find a kickstart with my bones. Made it home on the drive we never spoke. Made it home, but the road was ours. We broke down in a little town, it was cold. I was there and you were there, I was alone. We made it home on the drive we never spoke. We made it home, but the road was ours. We made it home on the drive we
You're watching Strip Down with young James here in the Shaw TV studio. I was being a little facetious before when I got all excited and said, the Sheepdogs have been on the Strip Down stage, and we were talking about all that is Strip Down and the glory that is Strip Down. But again, before we started rolling, you guys were asking me, you know, the best show, what makes a good show. And we had a show with Wilbur Sagunaraj, which was just a guy plugged his iPod into an XLR, and he danced and sang. And that was the show everybody came up to me on the street and talked about for, like, honestly a year and a half. They were like, that was the most amazing show. You know, we've mic'd so many difficult 5-6 person bands, but people just went crazy for Wilbur. And then now lately, all people say is, they come up to me and they go, hey, you should have the Sheepdogs on the show, not realizing that we've already had them on, and they're in the intro. So there's so many factors that go into being a good show. You know, for myself, one of my best memories of the show was our first Halloween special. This was only episode, like, maybe 20. So the crew is pretty new. They didn't quite know how crazy I was. And we came up with this great idea to take Ryan Bolt from the Deep Dark Woods out into the Deep Dark Woods. So again, you know, I don't know these they were kids at the time very well, but we loaded them full of cameras and tripods, and we trekked into the darkness for 10 minutes in the middle of nowhere and built a campfire and rolled. And so I mean, for me, that's a pretty awesome show. But where I'm going with all this is, in a perfect world, knowing that we can go on location, take bands on locations, where would young James want to play? If we gave you another hour of television, maybe next season, maybe season 6, and said we want to do an on location with young James, knowing that the campfire thing's been done now.
Probably the final of American Idol, hey?
Yeah?
No.
There may be some copyright infringement.
Maybe the middle of a wheat field somewhere. I don't know.
Am I going to be beeped out for saying that?
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
at all.
Okay. Yeah, Wheatfield. Yeah.
Wheatfield?
Was Talus on top of a combine or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wearing a John Deere hat.
Yeah, there you go.
At one time, we had dreams of starting a little label called Home Quarter Collective. Home Quarter being the home quarter of the farm.
Okay.
And we can barely get our own stuff.
That I'm going to beep out.
We can barely get our own stuff out, so yeah, getting other people's stuff out.
No time for that, but
yeah,
it was a good idea anyway.
It was a good idea. So yeah, homequarter.net. Go to it. That's
Probably
all
won't be
stuff
there
is.
much longer, actually.
No? Oh, okay.
Your prairie
Don't go
roots,
there.
though, really important to the band's overall appeal and appearance, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's what we kind of write about. I moved to Calgary, played rock stuff, and
Boo!
yeah, he moved to Vancouver and played rock stuff. So, well, Brett moved to Calgary with me too, but we all came home and then started writing songs about
You're the man, Talus.
home. Talus goes everywhere without us.
Yeah.
But where's Talus from?
Where am I from? Edmonton.
Oh,
Wow.
it's better than Regina.
It's burning down right
man.
now, so.
Wow. This went
crazy.
everywhere. So back to my original point. Being from the prairies, you think you have like kind of prairie-ish sound, I was reading? Kind of.
We like to think so. Our subject matter is usually prairie. Most of the stuff we write about has to do with being from here, something to do with Saskatoon.
It's not really intentional. It's just what comes out.
Yeah.
Are you a band that is trying to, like, you know, get out there and, you know, relocate
No,
eventually?
we'll never relocate.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
See, because I always
Maybe-
wonder with the bands that focus on the prairies, go, you know, like people in Vancouver are probably like, what are you talking about?
I think that living here it's like from an artistic standpoint, like just the vibe of Saskatoon, like to write and play here rather than, you know, say Calgary, where it's like, you know, it's a rat race, you know, much more downtime and stuck indoors more and stuff. You don't have any Chinooks or anything here, right?
This is true.
So from a songwriter perspective, it's pretty cool to be from here.
Before we blister to the next song, though, just to finish the what makes a good episode of Strip Down good, some other factors are, you know, guys come in. If you're nice to the crew, if you're not demanding, if you don't act like divas, this is like a public service announcement for future bands. You know, if you're not divas, if the crew seems engaged, which they are, because true story, during the first song, our crew member Jesse walked up to me in the hallway and go, "This sounds great, man." You know, stuff like that. People like the sound. If there's
Probably
good
that
discussion,
man over there making it sound
if
good.
there's good discussion, all these things factor into a great episode of Strip Down. And I'm going on record saying, so far, this has been a great episode of Strip Down. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Where do we go next, song-wise?
What are you playing, Dave? You're going to play Ghost?
Listen to the Ghosts.
Listen to the Ghosts. That sounds pretty prairie-ish. Listen to the Ghosts.
All right.
You're watching Strip Down with Young James. We have to take our second commercial break, but stick around because after the break, we're going to talk about albums. Do they have any? I don't know. You'll have to stick around. We'll find out after this.
My heart used to, and this is my soul. My heart used to. Oh my God! Look at that! Yeah, thank God she's a half a mile away. Huh? She's loaded, boys. You gotta get out of here. It's full of explosives.
Children,
Explosives.
come on.
Oh no! No, get out of here, Vince!
Going back in the school.
Please, get these children out of here. That ship is gonna blow. No!
Mr. Coleman.
Hurry! Hurry! You gotta get these people out of here. That ship is gonna blow. The train. What? People, get out of here. It's gonna blow up. Mission ship on fire. Stop train. Please, God, answer. Coleman, there's no time. The train's coming in towards Pier 6. I've got to warn you. Come on, Vince. Come on. There are 700 people aboard it. I've got to stop it. Come on. Acknowledge.
Halifax was devastated. 9,000 wounded, 2,000 dead, including Vince Coleman, dispatcher.
Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345.
And we're back. We're spending 16 minutes with local band Young James. And here it is. I teased it before the commercial break. Let's talk about your albums. The information I was getting off your MySpace is not at all ironically dated, just like MySpace itself.
Exactly.
So it said something about gearing up for a new album in 2010.
Really?
Something like that. I don't know.
We started gearing up.
I don't. MySpace.
2010?
MySpace barely properly loads anymore. I'm not trying to harsh on MySpace, but it's kind of like, you know, way back then.
What's that new one? Bandcamp? Is that the new one you're saying or
Bandcamp?
something?
That's what I hear is the next big thing.
Yeah.
Hobo Camp?
Yeah.
Camp Hobo Camp? No?
Never heard it. No.
So, albums. How many do you have under your belt right now, currently?
We have one.
1.75.
1.75. First one's out. That came out in May of 09, maybe.
Okay.
And you can get it at homequarter.net. Can we plug that?
Yeah.
And
Plug
you
away.
can buy it on iTunes.
iTunes.
But just make sure you don't get the rapper Young James from Atlanta. You get the folk rock group Young James from Saskatchewan.
I was going to bridge into that a little
Yes.
later, but...
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
And we have one recorded, and we're working on mixing it right now.
So are there physical copies available from that website, or is it just all online?
No, you can get physical copies from homequarter.net, I think.
What was
Still.
the album cover?
What was it?
Yeah.
It was four of us standing on top of a hill.
Very prairie.
Yes.
There it is.
Although the picture was taken in Lethbridge.
You win
but
some, you lose
It
some.
looks like Saskatchewan.
And then
Yes.
there's 3/4 of one currently.
It's
said 1
being. It's,
3/4.
I'm mixing it right now.
Okay.
We're kind of do-it-yourselfers, so we're mixing it, and it'll be probably mixed in about a month and a half. I'll have it done.
Sweet. And then again,
Hoping for vinyl this time.
yeah, that's not a bad route to go.
Nobody buys CDs anymore, so
It's true.
just
You can get it online, or you can get something vintage like vinyl.
Yeah.
Or a cassette. Can you just do that? A cassette? No?
I'll burn you a cassette, or I'll dub you a cassette if you.
Yeah,
like
you make
one.
me your own mixtape. Can I wear your high school jacket too? That's awesome.
I just threw it out. I
Really?
cleaned out the closet. Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
You didn't throw out that one that your wife was telling you to throw out, though, right?
No.
It's just this amazing jacket. It showed at a
Suede.
Showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to more music. What's next?
What are we gonna play? We're gonna play a song called "Family Farm."
Okay.
And I watched. It's about. I saw a documentary on Nettie Weeb.
Yep.
And I wrote this song after watching the documentary about her and her life.
blood trickles down. Wash away small towns, gone, gone. Set a family farm, check eBay for your bread, 'cause I'm in over my head. Gone, gone. Set a family farm, when I'm dead they'll take the rest, and the children get the dead. I've no land to see, like netty weed should bring it down. I'll put my plow in the ground, lay it down. Gone, gone. Set a family farm, check eBay for your bread, 'cause I'm in over my head. Gone, gone. Set a family farm, when I'm dead they'll take the rest, and the children get the dead. Gone, gone. Set a family farm, check eBay for your bread, 'cause I'm in over my head. Gone, gone. Set a family farm, when I'm dead they'll take the rest, and the children get the dead. Gone, gone. Set a family farm. Gone, gone, gone. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
You're watching Stripped Down with young James. We're tearing through time here. So to finish up the CD disc drop talk, what we're hearing tonight is that pretty much new tracks from the album that's 3/4 done.
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be playing 2 older ones coming up.
Okay. And to go back to the thread of what makes a good show, you were talking before about how there's a rapper in Atlanta
Yes.
called Young James. Don't get them confused. Don't get you guys confused with
No.
the rapper.
No.
Have you heard any of his stuff?
You know,
Like,
no, I
have you
haven't.
stalked him a little bit?
I'm thinking that probably a rapper from Atlanta is something that I wouldn't be into.
But it's kind of brilliant, right? Like, if you guys collaborated, you might have something really good. You know? You
Yeah.
could just come out in the middle of your songs and do that mid-song rap that's so popular these days that
Linkin
Rebecca Black does. And yeah, Linkin Park. Yeah, stuff like that.
Rebecca
But you should
Black.
do it because, come on, I thought of the best name for your album. Combine Nation.
Nice.
Combination,
I like it,
combine
actually,
with the
yeah.
prairies, nation. That's like a rap word, isn't it? You have to do it now.
Probably would
Come on, that's a license to print money. Combine Nation. True story. There's a band called Stripped Down Radio,
Really?
and there's another Curtis Anderson in the city. So along that thread, I had this great idea to have Stripped Down Radio on Stripped Down with Curtis Anderson and co-host Curtis Anderson. And I went to great lengths to pull it off, but I didn't really research them much. I just thought, oh, this is going to be an amazing episode. And it had good points, but I didn't know that the other Curtis Anderson is like a really, really good human being. He's like a Christian camp counselor who's like actually legitimately turned a lot of young people's lives around. And then Stripped Down Radio is kind of like this song's called Hook Up With Someone When the Ugly Lights Come On. So it's kind of some weird transitions going back and forth. But I think for the most part.
So you did it?
We did it, yeah. We made it happen right here on Stripped Down. And a fun fact, that was the first appearance of Ben Dobney on Stripped Down. Our audio guy, that's right.
Right on.
I expected more applause after that, or more like, oh, yeah, but...
Try it again.
That was the first night Ben Dobney was on Stripped Down. There he is.
pretty cheesy.
That being said, again, we're burning through time, so want to play one last song. We'll take a commercial break and wrap things up after that.
Sounds good.
All right. What's up next?
It's called Broken Bottle.
This is song number 6, right? I'm not super behind. Is this 6?
Yeah.
I've lost
Sure.
track.
Yes.
All right, we
Number
are
6.
on time then. You're right on track. Broken
Are
Bottle
we only doing this as our last
by
song?
Young James. Take it away.
2 more after this.
Yeah, we got 2 more after this. This is the last song in segment 3. You are watching Strip Down with Young James. We are gearing up for our last commercial break, but stick around because we wrap things up right after this.
But I was afraid.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Long and McQuaid, 721 43rd Street East, Saskatoon, 244-0509, or online at long-mcquaid.com. Ultimo Euromoto. (204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon, 664-6640.
Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345.
Ladies and gentlemen, Young James.
Don't go by the fire, don't go by the fire. No, I wouldn't be untrue. The copy isn't you, copy isn't you. yourself into, tear yourself into. What else can a poor man do? Another just like you, another just like you. Gonna sing a better tune. Play my favorite song, just play it till I'm gone. Do what you gotta do. Play my favorite song till everyone is gone. Do what you gotta do. Do, 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 do. Play my favorite song, just play it till I'm gone. And do what you gotta do. Play my favorite song till everyone is gone. And do what you gotta do. Play my favorite song, just play it till I'm gone. And do what you gotta do. Play my favorite song till everyone is gone. And do what you gotta do. Do, do, do.
We are wrapping up Strip Down's 120th episode, and this week we are featuring Young James. Did you guys have a good time?
You bet. Lovely.
Great.
We still haven't decided if you've been on the show or not, Talus, but you're a little concerned with how you answered one of the questions right off the top. So
I really am.
Do you want to take another? I can't even remember what I asked.
It was
you, but-
advice. I think it was advice.
Was it advice for Ben Dobney?
Was it advice for you?
You,
For Ben-
you think
Ben
you can do
Dobney?
it? You think you could do a better answer? So
I
I'm
was
gonna
thinking
give you
about it.
another shot.
Drummers work a little slower. At least I do. You know what I mean? Device is 2 and 4. Pay the bills, and that's it. That's all it is. That's it. And exactly that. So really, this room is full of drummers. That's it. Tony Kazoob gave me that advice.
What if it's a waltz?
So I guess that'd be 3 pays the bills. Is that what it is?
That is some
3, 4 pays the bills.
Nothing really pays the bill with Young James. So.
Yeah, bills, man. At least I tried. That's what matters.
We don't even have any waltzes.
No.
Let's get her back on the tracks here. Back on the tracks. Young James, Strip Down's 120th episode. What is next for Young James? You leave here tonight, working on the album, gonna promote the album, you playing more shows coming up. How can people who have just fallen off their couches with the amazing show tonight,
There's nobody
they're picking
on the
themselves up, they're going, I gotta see these guys live, I gotta get my hands on their music. What do you say to those people?
Go to the MySpace. Go to homequarter.net.
Go to our Facebook page.
Yeah. When does this air?
This airs right now. We're watching it right now.
Hi, Mom.
June 1st at the Broadway Theater. We're doing a fundraiser for the Children's Hospital Foundation.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to that. This is our first TV show, and that'll be our first soft seat show. So
Nice.
it'll be pretty cool for us.
What kind of seat? What?
Soft seat.
Soft seat. That's what kind of show that is?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess that'd be my first soft seat show too.
Soft seat?
Soft seat.
Soft seat.
5 times fast.
Those words have lost
Can't
all
do it.
meaning.
Yeah.
All right. Anything people need to know about Young James before we wrap it up? Is this what they're going to get? Should they take in a live show?
At live show, we'll do more covers.
Yeah?
Yep. Well, these are all our songs, I guess, obviously, but more kind of the Byrds, Sweethearts of the Rodeo kind of stuff like that.
We cover a lot of old Young James and new Young James as well, and
Yeah.
the Atlanta Young James as
Yes,
well.
the
It's
Atlanta
actually
Young-
amazing.
The rapper?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do not miss the show.
June 1st.
June 1st, Broadway
The
Theater.
Broadway Theater.
Yes.
There it is. I guess we've got to wrap up. For all things Stripped Down, Facebook Stripped Down. And please hit like. That shows you like the show. Big thanks to tonight's cast and crew and our sponsors, Long and McQuaid, Ultimo Uramoda, and Mr. Sicily Pizza. And to finish off, the topic we started with, what makes a show a good episode of Stripped Down? What makes it a good show? When friends come together for one goal. For the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, young James, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Dead before these words.
interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best.
We have a brand new episode of Strip Down coming at you this week by request. Finally on Strip Down, it's Young James.